I was watching Jordan Peterson's discussion with what's his name, Dillahunty. Will Dillahunty. I think it's Dillahunty. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correct, but he's a known celebrity atheist. It's fantastic. I mean, it just shows that you see faith and the thing is in that discussion there were so many things that are left unattended to because Jordan Peterson opens them up in response and then he gets distracted and then he doesn't get to finish them. But it just shows that one of the themes was that faith, you see, everybody fundamentally is carrying an element of faith. And I love the theme that is pointed out because what Dillahunty is saying is that, or Will is saying, is that him and other celebrity atheists, they kind of agree on some fundamental axioms, these laws that, look, life is worth preserving. And so, for example, and the least amount of suffering and trying to acquire the most amount of ease, and these certain, what he says, reasonable people can agree upon. And there's an incredibly important question that Jordan asks him, but he then gets distracted and he doesn't get to push back on it again as much as I wished he had. Because he says that, well, what makes you see, you're taking that presupposition for granted that life is worth preserving. He says, well, why is it worth preserving? And even though Will kind of cracks a joke about, well, because well-being, well, if I'm not being, then what's the point of well-being? And that, if anything, is simply just a linguistic kind of taught. It's not answering the question, because you see, there is deep within us, ineffably, inexpressibly, a belief in the sanctity of life, that there's something sacred about this. And this is not something that we've reasoned. It's as though it comes echoing from a force much greater than us. And the truth is that why do we assume life is worth preserving? Because if you say, well, that's just common sense, it's not. Like, let's say from an alien perspective, we are just these kind of dots that are just doing anything. I mean, to them, we could be like pixels on a screen. Whether this pixel is used or is destroyed and replaced with another pixel, and it makes zero difference. Whether the pixel thinks it's important or not is irrelevant. And I just thought that was such a profound, you see, these are the real true questions. And yeah, it is something. You see, there's so much we do take for granted. And I think this is where even atheists, even people who, you see, they openly reject their belief in God. But ultimately, there's still this kind of belief, or I'm assuming there is a belief, because they say that, look, I don't believe in God, but I believe in a set of values. And the question is, well, that's very good, but these values you hold to be inexpressibly or sacred, like everybody should uphold them, that they are greater than you. That, so for example, to be a good human being, why is that something that people want to pursue? That they say, even if I don't believe in God, so secular humanism, they'll say, well, it promotes the welfare for humanity. It does, but you see, when we act out on it, in all honesty, we're not acting out in a utilitarian sense. That's more rationalized. We're acting out much more instinctively. That it's much closer to the heart. It's echoed by the soul. And I feel that this is so when people, they may have descriptively jettisoned God and rejected God, but in many ways they still believe in a deity of other means that they're just not, it's still serving that purpose, except they're not, maybe their relationship with the deity is different to how other people may have a relationship with deities. But yeah, these are, I think, that this new age kind of celebrity atheism is facing, or is definitely is facing its challenges, because it's already shaken the boat. That's happened, the great Hitchin and early Sam Harris and the Four Horsemen, and all these people have been and done their thing, and they've shaked the tree, and it's been shook hard. But you see, what now?